Hey guys, how's everybody doing tonight? Tonight we're doing a reptile hour. Um, Figured tonight would be a good night to chat a bit about some of the reptiles that I enjoy keeping, some of the ones that I don't, as well as just some new and interesting news. Answering some questions for y'all if you guys have any, so on and so forth. Um, haven't done a reptile hour in a while, so we'll start off slow here. Who we got in here? Only Oscars. You guys can hear me, right? All right. You should be able to hear me. Ah, yep, there it is. All right. Yep. Only Oscars, Yellowstone, Craig, Sky Dancer, Jimmy P, Matt, Adkins, Scuba Steve, Jenny Lynn, Zen Ginger. Heck yeah, Kelly Foreman. Do cats count as reptiles? Sometimes it makes me wonder the way they act. There's something reptilian in their little brains. Happy birthday to Zen Ginger and Lady Meadowhead. I think both of their birthdays today, from what I understand, anyways. Hmm. Um, yeah, I want to see it. Turned 44 today. Woo, heck yeah. Hope you had a good birthday. Hear me fine? Cool. Oh, it's Kelly's birthday as well? Dang. Well, happy birthday to you too. All right. We'll give it a few more minutes here. It's more roll in. Um, but a pretty good day. I had the day off today. Again, I didn't do a whole lot. Um, just hung out with my daughter all day, really. Did a little bit of work in the fish room. Not a whole lot, but I got a couple of tanks moved. Oh, your birthday's December 4th. Oh, okay. Well, happy early birthday. I have to remember the 4th. Second here, got to turn on my air. It's getting really hot in here. All right. So, how was everybody's day today? All right. Screen set up how it should be. Driving me nuts. There we go. Looks like question for Kelly. Bonnie Viper, Mark. Hope you guys are doing good. Um, I'm not doing too bad, Bunny. It's been a weird day. I had the day off, so I can't complain too much, but just like in a funk today. I don't know why. I was fine earlier, but once it started getting later on in the afternoon, I just kind of, I don't know. Conscious oil, ultra fine order that hasn't gotten here yet. Heck yeah. I have to keep us posted on that tank. Hmm. That's why I dropped the breadcrumbs over at Griffin's. Gina, what's going on, chick? Hope you're well. Hippie John. All right. Um, Give it another 11 minutes here, and we'll get, or well, 6 minutes here, and we'll get going. I'm not sure how long I'll be on tonight, but whenever I start feeling pretty tired or whatever, I'll probably hop off. Be on for at least an hour for sure. Yeah, those Chihiros are expensive. I say that yet I have one sitting in a box brand new I've never even fucking used. Haven't set up a personal tank lately that's what I feel worthy enough for a light like that. But with getting rid of most of my fish here, um, I'm gonna start having a lot more room to be able to do stuff like that. Because I mean, obviously, the fish that those environments were created for aren't there anymore. So let's do something a little different. It's possible to have a self-sustaining frog vivarium. Can they just eat springtails and isopods? No. Um, that is just my honest personal opinion. Um, it, between those two, there's just not enough. Eventually, they're going to deplete the springtails and isopods eventually. With how voracious frogs could be as eaters. Um, but um, I see a lot of people like to culture their own foods. Like if you have some of the thumbnail or the fingernail frogs or something like that, they'll culture like flightless fruit flies in the enclosure with them. A lot of times you'll see them. They'll have like a little separate container sitting in the enclosure, and then whenever it's time to feed, they'll open it up or take the lid off for a bit, let them go, and then close it back up so they can do their thing for a few more weeks. Do stuff like that. I guess I can't. I'm not going to say you can't, um, but it's to ensure your animal is getting a well-rounded diet and what it needs. Makes it very difficult. You'd have to have lots of different cultures to keep it going, and a substantial amount to allow them to eat and still, or get eaten and still breed to produce more. You need a pretty big enclosure, I feel. You got your community tab? I did, yes. I got it a couple weeks ago. I just wanted to make sure it stuck. I don't know if it's a thing getting taken away or not, but yeah, started using it. Put out a couple posts last night, a poll, and um, just like an announcement that that's where all my announcements and stuff are going to be at from now on. I did make a poll, and like it's interesting. I asked what kind of content would you like to see more of from me, and the options I gave was shorts, topic focused live streams, small videos, personal fish keeping updates, and hangout streams like random thoughts and who the hell are you. Um, which I mean, here lately, all I've kind of really been doing is the hangout streams like random thoughts and who the hell are you. Been throwing in some salty surprises in there, but that's about it. Um, so, but like 47% of the people chose more hangout streams. You got 10% for personal fish keeping updates, 17% for small videos, and 23% for topic focused live streams, 3% for shorts. So that's out of 30 votes. So I just kind of, I mean, I can definitely do more of these, but I know I would definitely like to. I mean, I'm misfit reptiles and aquatics, not just misfit. Let's fucking hang out and talk. You know what I mean? As much as I like to, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to do some stuff a little more focus oriented, like Reptile Hour or the Salty Surprise and whatnot. I want to do some other stuff too. So, I mean, if you guys want more hangout streams and stuff like the random thoughts and who the hell are you, we can do that. Um, I mean, I will do that, but expect more topic focused stuff as well, not just more hangout streams. Right, we got in here now. For Dee Dee. Hey, Dee Dee. How you doing, chick? Hope you're doing good today. Derek's Reptiles. How's it going? It's been a while. You get just into the 9th degree, and when you hit the sweet spot, the fish just pop. YouTube has enough shorts. They do, but I mean, there's lots of different factors that play into that as well that could be pretty beneficial. George RB3, doing good, man. How are you? Sky Dancer. So bite me. I voted for the Hangout streams. There's nothing wrong with that. It just kind of surprised me a little bit. I felt like you guys would be more interested in a little more like topic focused stuff or actual small videos and stuff like that. And I say small videos instead of just a regular video because frankly, I don't have the time to be putting out 15 half-hour videos because doing that, I mean, it's going to take me hours to edit these videos because I'm not just going to put out crap. It's not what I want. So I'm going to have to keep them, you know, within the 5 to 10 minute range. I know I want to start making more videos. I haven't really made any. So, and I have a whole year's worth of live streams to go through to clip apart and turn into videos as well, like I had planned on doing originally. Brandon, I feel like a lot of people just want to kick back and talk, but I guess that's just what me and Whistle are good for. Aw. Nah, you're good for a lot more than that, man. I think people just enjoy you no matter what you're talking about. We can hang out and listen to topics, you know? Yeah, we can understand that. Just an idea. Do your focus 3/4 of the stream and random thoughts for the last fourth. That's a pretty good idea. I kind of do that already. Usually once, I mean, you guys see how I am with like the reptile or salty surprise. I keep everything within the first half hour to an hour, and after that, it's just kind of free range. Because I don't want to sit down and listen to somebody ramble on about whatever for more time than that. I even start getting bored with it, depending on what's going on. But yeah, definitely. Not bad. Hope all is well. It's not too bad either. Things are finally starting to turn around for me a little bit here and looking back up. So trying to stay positive and keep trucking with it. You don't want to be a George? Hey, ain't nothing wrong with George. Nothing. Guess what? I do shorts and hangout streams, but next year I'll be doing DIY streams. Heck yeah, George. YouTube is pushing shorts to compete with TikTok. Yeah. Yeah, I think they just monetized them and stuff too. I'm not too sure. I don't really keep up with the news and stuff like that, but I think I briefly know about the whole handle situation that they've got going on, but I've already got one, you know, and they've already locked it, so I can't change it or anything. I haven't gotten an email, so I'm assuming I'm getting to keep the one that I have. Hopefully. And for those of y'all just like you, bro, it doesn't matter as long as we keep being present. Thanks, man. That means a lot, John. Seriously. I am an ass, yes. I am. I put out some shorts, but most of my regular vids are less than 3 minutes anyway. But I do very, very simple videos. Don't know how to do much else. Can understand that. You know, and I've tinkered around with enough of the video editing software and stuff that I use and whatnot to half-ass kind of know what I'm doing. But there's still more like little tips and tricks that I could probably benefit from. Don't tread on my territory. I got assigned Kelly Foreman as a handle. Nice. Yeah, mine's just youtube.com/misfit reptiles and aquatics. I've only heard about what like Matt and everybody has talked about a few times briefly. So I don't know the whole ordeal with the handle thing. My handle is just now Hippie John. Nice. All right. So we're going to go ahead and get started here. Like this dent that's in my hat. Driving me nuts. What the hell is that? Can't have no fucked up hat. All right. I'm going to start off with some news. There's quite a few different articles to choose from. So I'll read through a couple of them that you guys think you might be interested in. And whichever one you guys want, we'll go on and check out. All right. First one's a king cobra who escaped enclosure finds his way back inside. That's the title of that one. There's another one, Missouri Venom Fest, which is a venomous reptile expo. Ends early after a cobra went missing. Come to find out, I'm pretty sure I heard about that and it got stolen. Which is even kind of crazier. Florida herper posts photos of Facebook of eastern coral snake without red bands. Eastern coral snakes have real, almost a dark red bands that shoot around their body with the black, right? And this one does not have that. 22-foot reticulated python eats woman in Indonesia. I read this article. They were agitating the snake. They were trying to kill it, and it grabbed a hold of the lady. And I mean, it didn't actually eat her. It got down to her shoulders and couldn't get past her shoulders. But she ended up having a heart attack and dying. Glitch Aquatics, what's going on, chick? I hope you're doing well. Talking about some reptiles. Next one, critically endangered Gigantes limestone frog successfully bred in captivity for the first time. We've got 231 Burmese pythons removed from Florida Everglades. I don't care to read that one. Aldabra tortoise genome sequence completed and released. So they've sequenced the entire genome for the Aldabra tortoise, which is really cool. Lets us know a lot about their ancestors and stuff like that. Bog turtle under construction or under consideration for endangered species. 10 Parsons chameleons hatch at Chester Zoo, which is the Parsons chameleon is technically considered the biggest chameleon by weight in the world. And from what I understand, they're rather difficult to breed too. Most specimens you find are going to be wild caught. The next one, USFWS proposes listing rimrock crown snake or the key ringneck snake as endangered. It's a very beautiful snake, black, yellow, and the yellow fades into a red. So yeah, we've got the Devise banded snake seen in South Australia for the first time. It's in the genus Denisonia. It's currently comprised of 2 species, very nocturnal animals. But from what I understand, these guys were thought to be extinct for the last 70 years or something like that, which I thought was pretty cool. Another endangered species of turtle, the Indian narrow-headed softshell turtle, hatch at the San Diego Zoo. Let's see what else we got here. There's another article called Betacean, Mimicry and Evolution of Snakes. And that's all we got for this week. So out of the ones that I just said, are there any you guys would like to check out particularly? I'm going to be brave and stick around. I'm terrified of snakes. We can talk about some chameleons or turtles or tortoises, all sorts of stuff. Is that a snake in your pants, or are you just happy to see me? I don't know, Mark. I'll just let you decide. How about that? Kenna just got ours, so you shouldn't be long for the handles. Nice. You still don't have the early community tab either. I just got that last week. I was just super confused. I was like, so I had no idea that was even going to be a thing. And next thing you know, I just have a community tab, and I'm like, oh shit, did they fuck up? Did I fuck up? did I hit 500? They don't look like it. You know, it's kind of funny. Get my emails on Halloween and the second for my basic and my Zen account for the handles. Nice. YouTube handles link. First one. Okay. Reptile. Stopping in to say hi, Miss Smith. Peace out. Hey, Ricky. Hope you're doing all right, man. Also, sorry I missed your call last week. I was at work in the middle of working when you had called, so I wasn't able to answer, and I forgot to call you back. You popping in reminded me of that. I just wanted to apologize and let you know. If you call me like in the morning up until like 10 a.m., and then I'm free for about an hour between 2 and 3. And then I get an hour lunch break at 7 p.m. Eastern, and then I'm off work at 11 p.m. Eastern. So anytime outside of work, I'll be able to answer. Being brave today for your, I don't understand them and need to learn more about them. Hey, totally acceptable. Definitely, you gotta start with them baby steps. Snake in South Australia because local news from me. All right. Amigos. Muskets at dawn. One original for my handle, the same as here. Heck yeah. Awesome. Well, it says, yeah, that link you sent, Zen, says your handle is reserved, and my handle is at Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics. So it works out. I don't even have to do anything. In other words, text Brennan and tell him to call you. All right. So we got one that wants to see lime frogs. Learn about some snakes. Craig said something about the snake from Australia. Let's check out the Devise banded snake. I'm not able to show. I mean, I can look up a picture of the animal on Google, but I can't show the article that I'm going to be reading from. I don't think I'm allowed to. But you got a good bit of information here, Alana. Heck yeah, Happy John. I vote frogs. All right. Well, let's check out this article because I already have it pulled up real fast. I'll show you guys a picture real quick. These aren't the prettiest snake in the world. They're very rare. And a very interesting snake personality wise. They're very. I don't even know how to describe them really. They're calm yet energetic, if that makes sense. They're always moving, they're always wandering, but that's just them. They're naturally calm, meaning they're very chill. They don't. I mean, they can get pretty huffy and puffy and it is a venomous snake. It's a mud adder. Um, so it's a species of adder, which is venomous. Um, so with any venomous animal, they have some sort of natural instinct to defend themselves, just like any other animal. Um, but like I said, start reading the article here. Turn off the camera so you guys focus on what I'm saying instead of my face. Damn it! Know you all better than that. All right, the Devese banded snake, Denisonia devesi, or mud adder, is a critically endangered species in Victoria. The snake was thought to inhabit areas of East Lake Victoria, but with several nocturnal sightings of the reptile west of the lake on the Chowilla floodplain, extends the range of the snake, researchers say. The range extension is the first record of the species in South Australia. The new population was verified by reviewing 4 textbooks, 3 articles, and 3 online databases. None detailed any population of the Devese banded snake in South Australia. The genus Denisonia is currently comprised of 2 species. Both are nocturnal, large eyes, vertically elliptical pupils. Both are viparous and can be found in floodplains and riparian systems with significant rainfall. So they like it wet. They like it moist, just like most snakes. And that was a joke. That wasn't me actually being serious about snakes. So you guys are aware. The ornamental snake, Denisota maculata, is found in clay shrink swelling depressions called gilgais. I don't know, Gilgais. I don't know how to pronounce that properly. In central eastern Queensland. They are listed as vulnerable in Queensland. The Devese banded snake is traditionally found through central and southern Queensland to central northern New South Wales. The observations in South Australia extends that range. It too is found in crack and clay riparian areas and alluvial flats with woodlands and scrublands. It is listed as species of least concern by USN or the IUCN. It is listed as critically endangered in Victoria. So depending on what area you're in, they're species of least concern to critically endangered in that area. That is technically an elapid. Which means it's closer related to like a king cobra. A king cobra is considered an elapid. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So pretty much what they're saying is their natural range went from a couple hundred miles to a few hundred miles that they can be found in. And the area that they found them in is the Victoria area. They haven't been seen in well over 70 years. So the fact that they're finding them in that area now it's really massive. All right. I claimed mine as soon as I got the email. Got it locked down. Heck yeah. Better than eastern brown snake, highly mobile and aggressive. Yeah, those brown snakes are wild. I have a buddy in the reptile Discord that I'm in. His name's Kinty, or that's his Discord name, anyways. But he lives in Australia, and that's his job is rescuing and relocating reptiles. And a lot of the reptiles that he works with are brown snakes. Oh, but Brittany, well, thank you. Genius. Did you miss me? Hey, I said genus, not genius. What's going on, Dr. Anthony? I hope you're well. He's always wanted both a snake and a fish skeleton, like prepared and displayed. Also collect butterflies and interesting bugs and shadow boxes. Cool. It's funny. Heard a secret that your art got noticed by the auction team. My art? What art? I don't. What? I don't think you're talking to me, are you? I was gonna say I haven't made any art in a while. Wow, man, I really know how to fish for those compliments. I got no email. I never got one either, Bunny. I've been looking for it. Sounds like it inhabits the red gum floodplains along the Murray River in south or southern SW, northwest Victoria, and eastern SA. That's awesome, Mark. It's really awesome. We got some people in here that are familiar with that area, or at least know of it. I don't even once how to, Bunny. Have a good night, Kelly. Thanks for hanging out. Man, I'm just ready to talk about them frogs too. Oh, okay. Your art. All right. Makes sense. I don't. I've seen a little bit of your art on. I think you've posted some on Instagram. It's pretty cool. All right. Let me pull it back up. All right. Oh, dang it. All right. Why is it not showing up again? It makes me angry. I lost the page I was on. There we go. Griffin, what's going on, man? It was a good stream earlier. All right. Anybody else in here? I wonder if its range extended due to the floods we have had over the last couple of years. Very well could have pushed them out of that area and to somewhere more acceptable for them. P&W Aqua, what's going on, man? Big shrimping. All right. Before we continue on to that, I'm going to show you a picture of the Devise banded snake or the mud adder. I say it's very bland looking color wise, but it's a very interesting looking snake. Just their body shape. This one's going into shed. You can tell by the bluing that's going on in its eyes. So they can get like this blackish, brownish color all the way to like tans and browns and stuff. They're really, I mean, I'd call them pretty, but that's just me being a snake lover. But yeah, that's what those guys look like. Now, let's look up the limestone frog so you guys can see what they look like. Well, none of these. Okay, I guess they're similar. Hey, this is actually nice. Perfect. It's actually looks like a picture, one of the pictures that is from the same picture on the article. So share that with you here. These are what the little guys look like. We got a kind of a brownish, almost camel color bottom to them, and then on the top it gets like a nice, nice tan. And from what I understand, to tell the difference between male and female in these, the ones with the tan on their back are the males, and the females are the ones that are just kind of bland colored, just the kind of brownish black looking ones. Yeah, cute little things. All right. All right. A couple quick facts about these guys. The Platymantis insulatus, or the limestone frog, is native to Gigantes Island in the Philippines. This marks the first time the Gigantes limestone frog has been successfully bred in captivity. Um, it's the only Philippine amphibian listed as critically endangered by the IUCN. Project Palaka is hoping that these frogs will help to form the basis for boosting wild populations. So they're trying to breed these to be released back into the wild and kind of rejuvenate those populations. Um, a critically endangered Gigantes limestone frog, an amphibian species native to the Philippines, was successfully captive bred by Project Palaka, marking the first instance in which the frog has been captive bred. The diminutive frog is listed as critically endangered by the IUCN, and Project Palaka is hoping that these frogs will help form the basis of boosting wild populations. Project Palaka is the only organization working to conserve this specific frog species. Um, a quote from the founder of Project Palaka, Norman Greenhawk. This has been a year of challenges for the project, but we are still able to stay on task to succeed in one of our main objectives, beginning breeding this treasure of the Gigantes for the purpose of boosting wild populations. Um, Platymantis insulatus are direct developers. Unlike many species of frogs, they do not have free swimming tadpoles. They don't have that tadpole stage at all. Instead, the female lays her eggs on land and the embryos develop within the egg, hatching out as fully developed froglets, which makes them drastically different than most frog species. Um, Project Palaka currently has 21 neonates, meaning 21 babies, and they are eating successfully. More females are gravid, and this is that oh, they worded that weird. More females are gravid, and that it is the start of a more successful clutches. Um, Another quote here. We want to take this time to thank everyone who has been involved in getting to this point. First, thank our international conservation partners and funders, Monday Nature, Synchronicity Earth, Amphibian Arc, and the IUCN Asian Species Action Partnership. The Stiftung Arts and Shoots is another one that helped them out. In addition to providing the means for us to operate, these organizations have been committed to Project Palaka's success and have always made themselves available for consultation, brainstorming, and problem solving. It's really nice, like from my perspective, to see all these different groups and projects working together successfully and without a bunch of bull crap, you know. So I think that's really cool. The Gigantes island frog goes by several names, including the Gigantes wrinkled ground frog, island forest frog, South Gigante island frog, the Gigantes forest frog, the limestone frog. They live in limestone karst forests and caves and are founding the moist and cool sections of caves. So you're going to find them in the wet and cold areas of caves and forests. So it's kind of cool. They have two very different natural habitats: forest area, and then I mean a cave. You don't really have plants or anything growing in there. You know what I mean? I find that really interesting. Yeah, that's about it for that one. Yeah, that is really interesting. I'm actually going to look more into that because that's I want to know what other species can do that. All right, I just want to write that down real quick before I forgot about it. I wonder how cold these caves are. Um, well, considering they're in the Philippines, I mean, you're looking at 90% humidity, 75 to 105 degrees constantly. In a cave, depending on how deep in, I'd assume anywhere from high 60s to low 80s. They can temperature can vary pretty well. Deb's Aquapets. Hope you're doing good, chick. I want all the frogs. Yeah, me too. Um, Speaking of, I was looking at Houston frogs the other day. All right. And these guys, wow, they've got some awesome animals. And I did put an application in these guys with these guys to hopefully have them as one of my wholesalers. So I have a decent connection for frogs and stuff like that. They also do tissue cultured plants and lots of really cool plants. They even sell the frogs as tadpoles, even so you can hatch them out yourself. All sorts of stuff. They got, like these orange blackfoots. A lot of their stuff is out of stock. They seem to be really popular. So there's not a whole lot they have in stock. Kind of have to keep an eye out on stuff. But like these guys are gorgeous. The Dendrobates tinctoris green Sipilowini. But I mean, they're just gorgeous. I think they've got like 30 or 40 different species. They also got newts and salamanders, invertebrates, which I'm not too sure. I'm assuming like springtails and stuff like that. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Laboratory supplies. Okay. Petri dishes and whatnot. Things that glow. These guys have some cool algae that I want to buy to put in a tank to see what happens with it. It's bioluminescent algae. But these guys also sell a lot of terrestrial plants for vivariums and terrariums and stuff. And these guys have a bunch of different species of rare mosses that I found. A bunch. And very reasonably priced as well. Some rose moss. That's pretty cool stuff. Curious of what they have for newts and salamanders. Oh, those are so cute. I love the green and the orange and the black. That's awesome. A marbled newt. Aw. Fire belly. Is it crested? Alpine. Newts are cute as I can. So damn cute. I love newts. Some tadpole food. You get all sorts of stuff. They even have like tadpole kits. It comes with food, all sorts of stuff. Some botanicals. And like I said, they sell species of frogs as tadpoles that you can grow out yourself. That's what Jess did, or from Mainstale Furs and Fins Aquatic Morning Show. But these guys have a lot of pretty cool stuff. Oh no, tadpoles. Yep. Big J, what's going on, man? Is it White's tree frogs that look like a green blob of pudding? Um, yeah, and they do get fairly large as well. There's a couple different species of them. There's a guy that's always in my shorts on YouTube. He's got a giant White's tree frog, and I mean, it's big enough to eat whole bananas. If that gives you an idea of how big they can get. I just love their bony little hips. Yeah, they're cute. Found a little plonking frog new benches. Will Samora at my front door last night. Checked them out. They are adorable little chubby guys with big round eyes. I have to look those guys up. Can you keep different types of dart frogs together? You can. Usually it's not really recommended. Sometimes they have different care requirements, and other times, I mean, you can produce some pretty weird little morphs of them as well. Crossbreeding different morphs together. Just got to make sure the same species is at least what I would do. I don't know how other species would do well together, like a White's tree frog, and then like a poison dart frog or something like that. I don't think those guys would do well together. So many colors, yeah. Yeah. I do, Bunny. It's just HoustonFrogs.com. I just posted it. My daughter wants to raise milk frogs. She was assigned it as an option for a school project once, but we couldn't ever find tadpoles. Yeah. A lot of times, like you see on their website, a lot of their stuff's sold out. All their frogs, they're seasonal. So you really have to be ready to go to pick them up ahead of time before breeding season starts, or else, I mean, most people will just buy them out instantly before you even get a chance. Steven, what's going on, man? Hope you're well tonight. They sell green water. Unfortunately, I don't need that. Right? Oh, no worries. Only Oscars. Hope you're doing good tonight, chick. She turned me into a newt. It got better. Oh, man. Oh, the colors of those frogs are incredible. Yeah. And those are very say bland compared to a lot of species that you saw. And I'm serious. Some of them get absolutely outrageous. See if I can find a picture of them. Some of the ones I'm talking about. I know they have them on here. I just gotta scroll further through their listings. Oh yeah, like that. All right. But like this guy here, this is striking to me. You got the blue rings with the black undertone and then the bright fire orange red going down the back. That's just gorgeous. And then you got stuff like this or like this, that beautiful blue with the like brown. It's just out of this world. You got other variants of them specifically. Like this is the Dendrobates Ariatus El Cope. And then this is the Ariatus Los Sabalos. So they're the same species, just a different color morph of one another. You got more black and greens. That's a kind of a crappy picture. And you got stuff like this, which is another variant of these guys. The Dendrobates Aratus. Dendrobates Aratus. Yep. Here's another one of the same species, different colors. You get like this nice orange. This guy's cool. He's got the black and it looks like he's frosted. It's a real light blue color. And you got stuff like this where their colors are just so different between their body or like their legs and their arms. I mean, you can see these guys from across the room. And you got stuff like this. I mean, it's wild. I really love these blue guys. But yeah. Let's get back to chat for a second. The biolumin chat jump, damn it. The bioluminescent algae needs 12 hours light and 12 hours darkness. Not surprised, but interesting nonetheless, right? There's definitely some fish and whatnot that could be acceptable for. I just thought it'd be really damn cool. Yeah, I thought it'd be really cool as like something to sit behind me while I'm in a stream or something. Turn the lights off, kind of watch it glow a little, or have it glowing from behind me. I'll write that down. Yeah, the patterns are out of this world in some of these guys. Used to have fire belly toads line the bottom of the tank with a mirror so you could see those orange bellies. Oh yeah. It is very interesting to see creatures with gold on them. It just doesn't happen as much as, I mean, you would think. And usually it's a very kind of striking gold too. It's not just a yellow kind of color. It's gold. What do newts eat? Crickets, worms, flies, stuff like that. So if you buy them, are we still buying 6 or so if you hope to one day breed them? Yeah. That would be ideal. They do best in groups. So 6, 7, 8. I mean, usually more than 2 or 3. Um, they definitely do better. And if you're able to get specific number of males to a specific number of females, usually more females than males, it helps a lot too. Right. Enough of that. Yeah. There is some news. Checked out some of those guys. Let me see here. Which are the ones that make the cool sounds at night? Most of them do, actually, Glitch. Or are you talking about a specific species? Because not all frogs sound the same either. You have some that sound like little barking dogs. You got others that sound like chirping birds. You got others that sound like frogs. And it's kind of neat. Yeah. It's for a long time I used to have like one of those ambient playlists, and one of my favorite ones was frogs. It was called Frogs in the Rainforest, and it was just you could hear a light rain with the frogs chirping. It was awesome. That would mess Tucker up. The males tend to be more vocal. Yep, you are not wrong. But I think because I haven't done it in a while, if anybody would like to come up, ask questions, hang out, more than welcome to. Be nice to have some others up here with me. So here's the link for anybody in chat who'd like to come up. Just you know the drill. Don't be a dick. Simple as that. Oh wow, I didn't even realize we were already at an hour already. Cool. I'm still holding in there pretty strong, so we'll keep going. We'll make another rum and coke here in a minute. Frogs over here have been breeding up a storm with all the rain we've had. The chorus at night is almost deafening. That's crazy. I will, June. I will. All right. All right. Now to the actual topic of the stream. Reptiles and Me. Um, here late, I love reptiles. I wouldn't have it in my name. I wouldn't deal with them with my business if I didn't. But for some reason, here lately, I have not been. I haven't found anything I'm interested in. I haven't found any topics that have stood out to me. Nothing. I still have my retic. I still have my boa. Still have a couple ball pythons, whatnot. But I don't see myself getting anything new and interesting anytime soon. And what I do am interested in is so outrageously expensive. It's just not in the picture right now. So like I feel like I've became very stagnant in my reptile keeping, and I don't like it. I don't. Um, so that's kind of why you haven't seen a whole lot about reptiles from me lately. Now, I do. I don't have a problem like taking rescue reptiles. Whatever, snakes, iguanas, monitors, all sorts of stuff. I don't mind at all. And it's usually those animals, particularly, that I get most connected to. I have most of a. It's kind of the problem with reptiles. They get so expensive so fast. They can, yeah, definitely, especially if you want something nice. They definitely can. But that kind of goes with fish keeping too, for fresh and salt. Learn more about keeping fish with my turtles. The lighting and the filtration been interesting. Yeah, turtles definitely put a big load or a big weight on the bioload, and I think, and to combat that enough to allow fish to survive in there with them can be challenging sometimes. Just making sure like the nitrates and ammonia and stuff don't get too high, because they turtles just shit constantly. Pretty much, they eat, they shit, they move, they shit. It's just what they do. Yeah, nothing like fish. Yep. There is were rescues. Georgia. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like, I definitely feel more of a connection with animals like that, because I mean, it's in a lot of cases I get them in pretty poor condition. Um, so through that time of rehabilitating them and getting them back to health, I mean, they grow on me. Even stuff like bearded dragons and ball pythons, which I really don't care for personally. I'd rather keep a retic or a turtle, or an iguana. Um, Now, some of the reptiles that I've kept and have worked with over the years, reticulated pythons, several different species of turtles and tortoises, iguanas, boas, white-lipped pythons, various geckos, bearded dragons, monitors, bunch of different species of monitors, um, rock pythons. What else? Worked with a bit of venomous animals, rattlesnakes and stuff like that. Uh, but yeah, I've those are kind of the reptiles that I've kept and worked with over the years, um, and I've enjoyed it all. Um, I certainly would like to encourage others to at least try to work with some of these animals, especially snakes. Snakes really seem to be the one that people are most afraid of, um, which is understandable. They've been put into our brains and slammed into our brains over the last hundreds of years that they're bad, they're evil, they're from Satan, or they're from hell, all sorts of stuff like that. And through all of that has kind of conditioned a lot of our brains to think negatively about them or be afraid of them. Um, which in reality, they're really just like any other animal. They're gonna you do something, they're gonna react just like any other animal. You scare them, they're gonna get defensive, just like any other animal. Um, but the trick with snakes, particularly, is respecting what they can do and what they are. Um, like a reticulated python. They're big, girthy, strong snakes. They can be dangerous. But as long as you understand that and respect and have those boundaries, like you should have with any other animal, you'll work and build that relationship with that animal. And in a lot of cases, over time, you'll see that these guys have personalities. These guys are individuals, if I might say. Um, you could have two reticulated pythons, same species, same morph, came from the same parents, but they act completely differently. You have one that's placid and chill and would never even hurt a fly, and you've got others that are just very food motivated, very active. Um, so really, it's just working and learning about your snake, and particularly, or finding one that would work well for you. Um, yeah, I feel you, Brendan. My Amazon parrot was a rescue. We both had a rough past, and had both were the same age. That's awesome. I miss the grays that I had, the African grays that I had. They were so beautiful and so fun, but they went to a really good home, and they've made babies. So, I mean, it's awesome. Um, I have a grow area in my basement with citrus bushes and orchids. And about 6 months ago, I found two, hopefully a pair of tree frogs down there. I hear them every once in a while. Pretty cool. Yeah, that is really cool, Big Shrimpin'. I've never had a snake, but any chance I have gotten to handle them has been so cool. It sounds like ball python is the way to go if you're going to get into the hobby, though. It's a good starter, but there is other stuff like milk snakes and certain colubrids like that that are also very, very easy to handle and very, very calm snakes. So yeah, definitely got some options. Um, if I was 30 years younger, I'd get an anaconda. Anacondas are very, very chill snakes, believe it or not. They're not super aggressive man killers like you would think. I mean, they have the potential. Don't get me wrong, but they're very chill snakes. Like if you ever watched Brian Barczyk and stuff, he's got a pair of anacondas. I mean, he gets in the water and hangs out with them, lets them crawl all over him, all sorts of stuff. They are just awesome. I've been watching Chandler's wildlife videos on his snakes, and he has helped me be able to look at them for the whole video. That's awesome. That's really awesome. Um, like my reticulated python, Stella, she's 13 foot, close to 200 pounds. Um, but I've socialized her enough into a point to where um, I'll allow my 3-year-old daughter to be around her. Um, I let that snake free roam when I'm at the shop because she's so calm and chill, and I trust her. Um, but it doesn't. It takes time to get to that point with any animal. Um, the key is socialization of the animal. You want to get them used to being touched. You want to get them used to being held. You want to get them used to loud noises, stuff like that. The more you're able to get to that point, the better off you're going to be with that animal. A lot of people, they'll get a reptile because they're interested in it, but they're afraid of it. And they never hold it, they never touch it, they never do anything with it. They feed it with tongue, you know what I mean? And that creates an animal that is not accustomed to human interaction. So you're going to get biting, you're going to get hissing, you're going to get huffing and puffing. Um, and that also goes with lizards, monitors, all reptiles, all animals. Even stuff like chameleons and birds of prey like owls and hawks and stuff. Yeah. Really? I need to meet a snake like that. Yeah. Oh yeah. As long as you're willing to put the effort into socializing and making a bond with that snake, I mean, you can take the meanest snake on the planet and make it a puppy dog if you take your time. But that's the key there, taking your time. You don't want to rush stuff like that. Baby steps, threads of trust is what I was taught, and quite a few other people that I know have used as well. You want to build threads of trust with the animal. You first get the animal, you want to let it be for a while. After a while, you want to feed him. That first feeding, it's technically a thread of trust. He trusts you enough to give him food. You know, Next step could be reaching your arm in and touching the animal, and just leaving it at that. That's another thread of trust. And just taking baby steps and building like that is really going to help as well. It's helped me. I I know that, and a lot of other people I know. It's just not something you can rush. But yeah, Glitch, the snake that you see in my picture right there, that's her. That's her. You can watch. You can walk right at this. My hand's a snakehead, right? You can walk right up to her and just snatch her face, and she won't even flinch. Is how is how calm she is. It's incredible to me. I've met a few other snakes like that, but it's just mind blowing. And people might call me crazy for this, but there's been times like I'm very emotional, whether I might be mad or angry or sad, and that snake will pick up on it. I had one day, um, the day that my daughter's mother cheated on me and all that. I was in a real low spot. Um, so I had went to work, and I was hanging out there, and I'd opened the cage for her like I normally do, and let her roam out. Well, she didn't go up on top of the fish tanks next to her enclosure like she normally does. She came down in front of the enclosure, straight out and onto my lap, and curled up and laid there for hours. Didn't move, nothing. And if I try to pick her up and set her aside or move her, she would crawl right back onto my lap. And at one point, I was like, "All right, fuck it," and I laid down. And this bitch came up and like put her head right here and just laid there, and laid there, and laid there, and laid there, and laid there. Um, Imagine the snake may treat you or your daughter differently. No, I've had people, completely strangers to the snake, never seen her, never been around her before in her life, and she's the same way with them. But I mean, they could definitely tell people apart from their taste. Everybody's got a different odor, a different taste, so they can definitely tell who's who through that. They feel us when you have the connection. They know something is wrong. Yeah. And for something like a snake to do that blows my mind personally. Um, just like we were talking about earlier, the way snakes and stuff were personified for so long, you wouldn't think that that would ever be a thing. You wouldn't think they would have that kind of capability in their head. I don't know. Right. But yeah, she's a black phase golden child reticulated python glitch. My father bought her. Oh God, close to 14 years ago now, as a little baby, a neonate. Um, he passed away a couple years later, and she is one of the only reptiles that I kept from his collection. So I've had her since she's a little baby. And again, here's the stream link if anybody would like to hop up and chit chat and hang out. I would not mind at all. Um, no, I definitely wouldn't, but it is possible in all animals. Right. Um, yeah, I got some other pictures I can pull up sometime. Very, her iridescence is, I mean, just out of this damn world. All right, for an example, glitch. Do you see in the bottom left side where it says Misfit Reptiles and Aquatics? That's a picture of her. I used my buddy's camera and got a nice picture of her outside in the natural sunlight. And yeah, she's gorgeous. And 3 generations of the family now. Yep, pretty much glitch. He's she's not going anywhere, that's for sure. Scotty Aquati, what's going on, man? And then I don't have any chameleons anymore. I kept chameleons for a long time. I'd like to get another Jackson's chameleon, um, which is the ones with the horns. Um, but I also like the last Jacksons I had. He was awesome. Normally, chameleons are very defensive, very you look and not touch sort of thing. And I mean, I open his enclosure and he'd come running out just to get up on me and chill and hang out and whatnot. He was awesome. That are real colors. Yep, it's real colors. It took like 3 hours to get a good picture of it, but yeah. I had to get that natural sunlight hitting her just right to grab it. I'm shitty at taking pictures as it is, so I took about 50,000 of them just to get one. I'm burnout or I would virgin on the couch. Sure. Watching on TV. No worries. I completely understand, chick. I feel it. I've been fried the last couple weeks from working two jobs. It's been kicking my ass. Um, but like I said, I'm getting back into where I need to be. So that's good. I got to stick with it. It's worth it in the long run for me to be able to continue doing what I love, which is owning my own fish business, doing maintenance. Um, so it's a small price to pay, I guess. In a way, sacrificing a lot of time with my daughter, but I mean, I can't just sit there and do nothing either. But all right, I'm gonna kind of go ahead and stray away from the reptiles here if we want. Don't hesitate to ask questions or anything though, for real. But at this point, we kind of just talk about whatever, do whatever. I know all about working two jobs. It sucks. Yeah. Uh, it wouldn't be so bad if I could get a little bit more like me time, like an hour or two out of a day just to sit there by myself and kind of just do me, you know. But whatever free time I have now, I want to spend with my daughter, and I have to get stuff done around the house, bills, and all that stuff. So it's difficult. But luckily, with my first job being my own business, me owning it, if I absolutely have to take a day off, the first half of a day, or switch stuff around, I can do that. Um, but with my second job, my factory job, um, I can't. I'm not even out of my 90 days yet, so I have to be careful with that. But on the bright side, once I do hit my 90 days, there I get 80 hours, 80, 2 full weeks of PTO, um, which I thought was really awesome. That's a lot of PTO just after 90 days. Normally it's accumulated over the course of a year, right? No, not here. She's special. You're amazing too. Thanks, Glitch. I appreciate that. she she was so funny on Jimmy's stream earlier. She loves talking to everybody on here. She loves it, and she knows most of the people. Like she Steven hops up and she'll say, "Hey, there's Steven or Rico or Ed." Or it's funny. She recognizes them, and she loves watching them sometimes too, especially if people are up showing fish and stuff. Yeah. I ended up getting off of Jimmy's stream and taking her out, and we stopped by the park for a little bit, and she made a new friend that happens to live one street over and is her age and is a girl. So she finally got somebody to play with that's close by and her age. She had a good old time. The job will let you build enough cash reserves so you can take time to yourself. Well, it definitely will. I intend on staying here for at least 6 months, and that will get me put back where I need to be with my own business. And on top of that, set me off a little better as well. Um, that was kind of my plan. Once I hit my 90 days, I have a little, at least a couple $100 setback, I guess, and go take a couple days for myself. I was thinking about driving over to Chicago or something like that for, I mean, it's 6 hours away, so it's an easy drive. And then getting a hotel or a nice hotel room or something and just kind of hanging out in the jacuzzi and chilling away from fucking everything. Yeah. That's what I would like to do. I don't know about Chicago particularly, but you get my idea. I want to get the fuck away from here for a bit, at least a couple days. I'm glad I actually have the energy to do more than an hour tonight. I feel like I just I haven't been up to it, I guess. Right. Hmm. Um, I haven't really been. I didn't know what Skipper plan was to say anything, but since he's already said anything or something about it earlier, man, that was tearing me up. I I sent that really awesome, really nice leopard bushfish, right, to Skipper, and like showed up a day late, I think, and then also popped somehow. The bag was empty, had no water on it, so that kind of sketched me out pretty good, and it was still alive. And he had gotten it Friday, and it's still alive today, and it's eating. So he's doing good. He's alive. I'm very thankful for that. But that sketched me the hell out, man. I was so worried, and I feel so bad. That's the first shipping mishap that I've had in a long time. Change of scenery is necessary sometimes, definitely. I was even thinking about taking a boat across over to Canada. I've been over to Niagara on the state side, but I don't know. I don't really want to go to Niagara either. But if I could definitely take a boat across the lake here and go check some stuff out. I don't think I've been over on that that side of the lake. Change of scenery is necessary. I think I already read that. Um, it'd be nice to maybe like Airbnb and like a lake house or something on that side of the lake. Down here. All right. All right. Yeah, that sounds awesome, Steven. There's a lot of gorgeous lakes and stuff over there, and I've always wanted to go check them out. Always, always. Oh my god, my 40-gallon Pleco tank crashed. They're all going, "Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that." Keep us posted, chick. Shit's always heartbreaking. Do the Thousand Islands? To look into that. You write that down. Yeah, Glitch. I live in Ohio, about 10 minutes away from Lake Erie. And like I've just always wanted to go on that side of the lake. What is the Thousand Islands? Up in Ontario. Ooh. That's pretty. That's real pretty. The castles and stuff? Holy shit. That is awesome. Great suggestion. Wow, I have to show you guys pictures of this because this is gorgeous. Like, holy shit. Look at all that. Then you see stuff like this, freaking castles. That is awesome. It's definitely something I would enjoy checking out is like all these old castles and stuff in that area. Or island hopping. Little town. Huh. That is gorgeous. I'm really intrigued with these old houses like this here. I'm sorry, mansions. I guess that's a castle, isn't it? Yeah, it's definitely a castle. But it's just beautiful. It's 4 hours from here, I think. That's pretty cool, Glitch. It's awesome you live so close. Vessel seemed to be sinking. It did. Kinda, yeah. That was so cool. Mm. All right, let's see. Oh wow, that is surprisingly a hell of a lot closer to me than I thought. It's only a 7.5 hour drive from here to where you're talking about. That's kind of really cool. And then another 4 hours, and I could go up to Quebec and check out Quebec Cyclidae. It's a fish tuber that I've watched for a long time. You can access it from both sides. Yeah, I was seeing that. If I go from my side up through Pennsylvania and New York, it's 7.5 hours. If I go up and around the lake, it's 8 hours. It's not a whole lot of a difference. The only thing I would have to do is renew my passport. Wait to read the stories about the people who own them. One old man built it for his wife and she died. Dang. Hmm. Definitely something to think about. I'd have to spend like a whole week there though. I feel like there I wouldn't be able to get it all in. 'Cause if I'm going to fuck Canada, I'm having some goddamn fun. All right. I need to make another drink. I'm slacking here. Granted, I've only finished my first rum and coke, but yes, we can go together. It's only a few hours away from the place. That's awesome. Heck yeah. Definitely keep that in mind. All right. Oh, I bet. I bet it's gorgeous in the fall too. Seeing all the trees color change. 29 of you in here. Heck yeah. It's been around 30 of you the whole time. It's really awesome. Quebec cichlid. Cichlids is less than 2 hours from me. That's awesome. I've yeah, I've watched her videos for years now. Years. Um, she hasn't done a whole lot of content lately, but very, very knowledgeable. She specializes in Mabunas, particularly, just what she likes. Um, but I've learned a hell of a lot from her. Too bad I'm not more into cichlids, huh? Yeah, feel that though. That was like the base of my knowledge when I first started learning more about fish. Is cichlids. I mean, that's what all my mentors worked with. Everything is just cichlids. Most of my customers have cichlids, but it just gets boring after a while. Yeah, there's lots of interesting and cool species that I'm still finding and learning about, but I'm interested in other stuff more. What tanks you working on tonight, Steven? breeds a lot of them herself, huh? She does. Oh God, she's got a few hundred tanks. And most of them have fish that are breeding. Yeah, she has. Oddly, most of my fish are not cichlids and I've never really had aggressive cichlids besides discus. They can be dicks. Yeah, angels too. Hmm. Man, for the longest time, I didn't think there was much better rum out there than Captain Morgan for a nice rum and coke, right? I was sadly mistaken. Liquor store is out of Captain, but they had Kraken, which is 90 proof black spiced rum. It's a bit stronger and a bit darker. Um, but man, does it make a nice rum and coke. Real nice. She has a storefront now? That's awesome. I know she had like the warehouse for the longest time. Cryptscape behind on water changes, light was set high, highlight, aquasoil, nothing but a bunch of melting, converting crypts equals algaegasm. I bet. My Achilles are still doing good. I did lose the one male of the Playfair eye. I don't know what happened. He was fine the one day I watched him eat, doing good. Water temp and parameters are fine. And I did a few tests. Everything checked out every time. Um, Woke up one day and he was dead, sitting in the bottom of the tank. So I have that one female. And I'm going to end up putting them in the other tank with the other pair. So I'm going to have a trio of those guys running. Hopefully it'll help, I guess. I'd really like to produce more of these guys. I've never bred killies. I've never kept killies. And they're pretty special to me anyways, because they were bred and whatnot by um, Scotty the Fish Freak. I had picked them up at the Clash. Um, one in auction and another pair I had bought outright. No, I bought both pairs in an auction. Um, no, I take that back. Jennifer Weaver actually surprised me and bid on the Achilles for me after I had got outbid. They ended up getting me anyways. What kind of Achilles? The Playfair eye? Playfair eye Achilles? Mark. It does. It's smoother, yeah. It really is. And it gives it, you know how you make a nice, perfectly balanced rum and coke and it's got that little bit of a vanilla taste to it? It really pops with that Kraken. If my husband had filled tanks, they'd all be aggressive cichlids, and we would have like 10 tanks and maybe 15 fish total because he would want all monsters. That's funny. So you rule the roost on stocking the tanks then. Then heck yeah. Want some killies? Get some. There's all sorts of them. Me, I just chose to go with these ones because they were uh, they're not very common, and I mean that's most of the reason I got these guys. Particularly, there's some of the killies that I just don't care for. Um, and I was at a fish event that was specifically hosting, the Achille Association and whatnot. So I figured out what better place to find some decent half-ass rare Achilles that you just don't see every day, and well, I found them. Pretty easy to take care of too. Yeah, they are pretty, Steven. What is the species that I really want? Yeah, where's my notes? No. Is this it? It is not. Mm. It's the Astrolabius nigripennis, the pearl killie. I also want the Gunthers or the Fusco tenuatus killie. If I could get one of those three, particularly that pearl killie, I would be very pleased. What's cheaper in the long run, feeding one Oscar or 500 chili raspberries? Hmm. Depending on the size of the Oscar, them guys can fucking eat, man. You can buy a $15 150-gram jar of Dr. Basiliers that would probably last them 3 months. You could buy a bag of cichlid or jumbo cichlid pellets for the Oscar, and it'll last a week or a month. Or at least that's the way I would look at it. I know he used to have more say, but he was very sad when he lost the discus with a big freeze and kind of stopped caring about new fish. But I can't just let the tank sit empty. Blasphemy. I agree. I love the Pro Killer. Yeah, they are. You get a nice, mature, very clean line of them, and they are just out of this world. And now you're turning to the dark side, CO2 and salt. Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, nothing wrong with that at all. We have cookies. So the Oscar would be cheaper or more expensive? I feel like it would be more expensive to feed the Oscar over a giant school of chilies. I said 150-gram jar of Dr. Basiliers would last them a while. 150 grams of jumbo cichlid pellets aren't going to last all that long. Especially if it's a large Oscar. Have a good night, Sky Dancer. I appreciate you being here. They do, yeah. I remember you saying you kept Oscars for a long time, didn't you, Glitch? A few of them, I think. Can you sell chilies? If so, the Oscar is more expensive. If you can't, then those are more to feed as they just keep breeding and coming and would explain or never. And potentially, right? Kinda. If you think about it though, you can pick up an Oscar for $10, right? You can pick up one chili raspberry for $8. Some shit like this, like $6 to $8. Um, I'd call the chili raspberry more expensive. And hell, if you can sell them cheap enough, them chili raspberries would go like wildfire. Especially to someone like me who's looking for a group of like 200 of them. But I ain't trying to pay $8 a piece for them either. So I had four. They were 5 years old, I think. Then one by one got a hole in the head. I mourned each one. Aw, that's sad. So I had to deal with it a few times though. He used to have a big lemon Oscar for a while, and that's what happened to him. He uh he jumped the tank one day, and I put him back in, and a couple days later, he developed a hole in the head. I did everything I could for him. They were teeny when I got them. Would love to get chilies for $8 a piece. Yeah, major drawback to nano fish and big tanks. It is. Um, but if you can achieve that, it's freaking beautiful to see a giant school of hundreds of fish like chili rasboras in like a 75 with a few other giant schools of nano fish too. Freaking beautiful. Give me 1 second here, guys. I got to go to the bathroom real fast. Pushing 2 hours here. All right. Spot sells chili rasbora for 350. Ooh, I'm gonna go check that out. All right. So, have I ever shown you guys my giant slate like hide that I made? Well, if you haven't, oh fuck, this thing's heavy. This is it. It's got the tiers on the top here, like the different levels and shapes on the sides. I want to do something with it, but I don't know what the fuck to do with it. I don't want to just set it in the tank plain and let it sit just as it is. You know what I mean? I feel like there's something that I need to add to it, or you know what I mean, whether it be some sort of plants or something. Maybe some epiphytes, maybe. That's one serious condo, yeah. Yep. I was thinking about squeezing it into a 10-gallon tank. It fits with about 1 inch of space on each side of the tank if I put it in a 10-gallon tank. So um, it would take up most of it. I was thinking about doing something like that in like a 15-gallon, so it's just a little bit bigger, have a little bit more room, but with blind cave tetras and using that for those guys as their cave. You don't want no trash chilies, mislabeled spotted. That happens so much. I think it's the spotted, the chilies, and the Phoenix rasboras that all seem to get mixed up together a lot. Pleco Paradise. Yeah, I have a smaller one that's in my baby Pleco tank that they like. Wet Spot was a super impressive store. That's what I hear. Mm. Yeah, the slate that I got to make this damn thing is actually old slate roofing. You know how way back in the day you used to use slate tiles for lining roofs. Yeah, that's what these are. Cut them down with the tile saw and pieced it all together. Right. Give you guys about another 13 minutes, something like that. Where are we at here? 20 minutes. I'll give you guys 20 minutes. Once it's 2 a.m. on a dot for me, I'm hopping off here. I have to get some sleep. Um, yeah, I want to go to that one in Germany that Corey filmed. That would be sweet. Um, there's a few really, really exotic fish stores over in Dubai that I really want to go check out. Very high end, high dollar stores, but I mean, the fish that they keep in there and the quality of their tanks, and just wow. It's like you're walking into a jewelry store to buy fish almost, is how nice and prepared everything is in some of these places. I also want to go see some of the larger fish farms in the world. I'm curious what the largest like ornamental fish farm is in the world. Shit like that. So freaking jealous. I can make these things. I have like 2 tons of that slate. That thing weighs like 20 pounds. It's gonna be real expensive to ship. I'm sure I can make like smaller ones. Plus, I know the owner and got to see the cichlid exchange, their wholesale operation, which is even crazier. Yeah, I can understand that. They have right now 3 different wholesalers, um, and just dealing with those 3 individual ones are it's wild. I can only imagine what they work with. If you have to pass Toronto coming this way, you can stop at Ripley's in Toronto. Google it. Yeah, I'll do that right now. Ripley's Aquarium. Okay. I was looking at their ticket prices because it took me right to their their aquarium or that section on their website, and I must have missed adult, and I was reading youth 29, child 3 or 12.50, and then senior 29. And I was like, what? You're really gonna upcharge the old people over everyone else? And then I realized the adult's ticket is $45. Oh wow, they got some beautiful enclosures. Wow, that's pretty impressive. I really like this rainbow reef thing they got going. All the colorful fish they can find. Planet jellies, that looks cool. Heck yeah. Pretty neat. Yeah, definitely keep that in mind. Right. We got about 15 more minutes here. Um, Anybody got anything new and interesting coming up? New fish, new plans, new projects, whatever. I like to hear about it. Now, Glitch, up there, like around that area, like, do you have to have like a fishing license like you do here in the States, or can you just go fish? Never really looked into the wildlife laws and stuff for over there for stuff like that. Now, I know for hunting, like with a rifle and stuff, you have to have a license, but I'm not sure about the whole fishing thing. Yeah, I'm still trying to decide what to do with that piece of slate. If you guys have any ideas of what I could do with that, let me know. I was almost thinking about gluing like some of my weeping moss or something on it, on the top of it. Try to make it like grow over the edges and down the sides and stuff. I have some Monte Carlo that I could potentially do the same thing with, which would look kind of really pretty. Now that I think about it, I could probably cut like little half-inch strips um, to line the top of that with to kind of make it a little like depression on the top of it, so I can put like some aqua soil or something in the top of it and grow the plants out of that. Yeah, you need a license, but you can buy day or weekend passes. Nice. Okay. Depending on the weekend, we have free family fishing. That's cool. Yeah. Up here, stuff like that goes by state. Every state you need a license to go fishing unless it's on your own property. But they do the weekend passes and day passes and stuff too. And they do, like, depending on the state, they do like free fishing day or something like that. Usually once a year. I better put that thing out before I am too incoherent to finish my own stream. That is hitting me hard. It's been a while since I've rolled a joint. Have a good night, Steven. Thank you very much for being here. Oh, that would be cool. Yeah, I had that thought for a while. I just more or less don't know what plants I would want to use. It goes to conservation, so I pay it. Heck yeah, that's awesome. We started doing stuff like that around here too. And they also give you an option to donate as well as you're buying your license and stuff. I was think I have my lifetime fishing license for the state of Ohio, which I thought was pretty cool. It was like $500, but you get a permanent fishing license for the rest of your life, unless you get in trouble. So I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't even know that was a thing for the longest time, getting a lifetime fishing license. You can get a lifetime hunting license too. That's just a lot more expensive than the fishing license. I've really been pleased with how my state, particularly, has been going about supporting these groups, doing conservation and stuff like that. They're really big about it, especially the fish, like trout and stuff like that. They're they're really strict on the laws with them, and I mean they honestly do a lot to keep them going around here. Hydrocotyle tripartita would be good since it could grow over the edge and trail down. Yeah, that is a really good idea. Write that down. Love to buy a permanent license. Yeah. I saved up for quite a while to get that. But I go fishing so much, it just kind of made sense instead of paying, you know, 25 bucks every year, I could just pay 500, never have to pay for it again. I mean, I'm still fairly young. I can still get another 40 years, 40, 50 years on that license. So it definitely saved me some money in the long run. Mine's still good until mid-January. In February here, the walleye start running up the Sandusky River from out of Lake Erie to spawn, and they go right like the Sandusky River goes right through the town that I live in. So during February, I'm usually out there every day, early in the morning, getting some fishing in. People always look at me crazy why I'm renewing my fishing license in January in the middle of winter, but that would be why. All right, we got about 9 minutes. Yeah. Well, around here, Glitch, unless you live on the lake and you're doing ice fishing, like people just look at you like you're a weirdo for going and getting stuff like that in the middle of the winter. I mean, you're not really out catching bass and bluegill and stuff like that, which is really mostly all we have around here besides like carp and walleye. Um, and most of that stuff, rivers and ponds and stuff, and most of that freezes over. It is. I love walleye. I always go February for spawning season, and then for Father's Day, um, my family likes to um, give me a gift card to a fishing charter that takes you out and for some walleye fishing out in the middle of the lake, about a mile from the Canadian border. I'm literally right out in the middle of the lake fishing for walleye.
I mean, for the last 6 years, I've went, and every time I've went, I've caught my limit. So that's pretty cool. Trout, pike, and walleye is pretty much what Quebec has. Not much bass. Yeah. Over around here, it's walleye, bass, bluegill, or sunfish. Um, you have trout and stuff like that, but usually it's stocked. Or like there's a few ponds and stuff around here that have muskie and pike and stuff. That's all. It's all stocked. And most of the places around here are so overfished. Even if there was anything in the wild before, it's probably not there anymore, and you're probably not going to see it because it's so overfished. It's really hard to find good, solid fishing spots around here because of that reason, right there. Ive fishing is the best. Trying to figure out what you mean by Ive. Uh, I enjoy pike fishing a lot and muskie fishing a lot. I really like the energy and the fight that those guys give. Very rewarding, per se. This place up north of Quebec has blue walleye every cast a fish. It's wild. That's pretty awesome. I used to know there's a pond a couple towns over, but it's owned by the railway. It used to be open to the public, but I guess a bunch of people, somebody was killed out there, um, and they shut it down to the public, so you can't even get back there anymore. We used to go out there, and it was the same thing there. You'd walk out with buckets and buckets and buckets full of fish. Pretty remote though. Can't drive the ruts in the road with a car. Dang. Those are the places I like. Oh, ice fishing. Uh, a couple times I went ice fishing were okay. The one time I froze my ass off. Froze my ass off. But yeah, I enjoy it. But I do like those nice secluded places like you're talking about there. It's just hard to find stuff like that around here unless you go way down south. Oh, man, you guys got me all thinking about what I want to do for a little vacation after my 90 days. All sorts of ideas now. That Thousand Island area looks absolutely gorgeous. We went deep sea fishing once, and that's where I found out I get seasick. Happens to a lot of people. I spent a lot of time on a boat. I've never really, yeah, never really done it. You need an ice hut with a heat. See, we did though, but it was still so cold. So cold. We were about half a mile out, and that wind was fucking ripping. Ripping. Some liquor. Yeah, we didn't have that. It's a good idea. How can fish swimming around looking great? An hour later, everyone's belly up floating on the surface, ammonia sky high, everything else is perfect. It's the ammonia. Oh, yeah. Um, Sounds like the tank spiked, and it spiked right now. Um, and without physically seeing it happen, it's hard to catch that. Um, so yeah, that's what ammonia does. Um, Man, that sucks. In a way, that's kind of how my saltwater tank crashed. It crashed in a matter of a couple of hours. Um, that was only from the power going out. Yeah, it happens quick. Once that process starts taking place, it really starts moving. And yeah, I mean, you'll notice 10 ppm ammonia 1 second. You'll test immediately after that, and it's already up to like 60. Um, Shit like that. The process happens very quickly. I took Dramamine every time I'm gonna be on a boat or even an extra bumpy car ride now. Dang. Have a good day, Debs. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Um, yeah, I really appreciate you. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. PNW's got a point there too. Um, hmm. I know you had said something about what was going on earlier, but have you figured out why it happened or why it started to happen or what caused this incident? The ammonia was, yeah, that'll do it too. I've had it happen to me a couple times now. Every time I have a tank that or a filter that's off more than 24 hours, I take out and clean out and refill or reset. Alright. Well, it is about that time, guys. It's 2 a.m. on a dot for me. June, if you have any questions or you need any help or you need some answers, whatever, um, you know where to get a hold of me, chick. I'll be up for a little bit yet, so don't hesitate if you need anything. Um, Besides that, what is today? Sunday. Next stream's Tuesday. We're gonna do a random thoughts for that one. I'm gonna try to get back onto the schedule of alternating my streams like I used to do. Random thoughts one day, salty surprise another, and then like a reptile hour or something. The one after that. Just kind of keep alternating them like that. Um, Starting to get a little more custom with my new schedule and stuff, so should be able to work around it a little bit better. If you guys need to get a hold of me, Instagram, Discord, email is the best way to get a hold of me. Day or night, I don't care. Message me. I might not be able to answer immediately right away, but I will get back to you. And if I don't, pester the hell out of me until I do, because that's not me. I like to do my best to get back to people. Um, Hope you guys enjoyed this reptile hour. We haven't had one for a while. I know I did. Um, Talked quite a bit. And again, I can't stress enough if any of you guys have any questions or you just want to chit chat, whatever, don't hesitate to message me. It doesn't bother me at all. So just know that. But all right, I'm out of here, guys. Sleep good night. Thanks for the stream, but of course, Zen, Mark, P&W. You guys have a good night. Yeah, looks like I'm on out of here. Make sure you guys do your water changes, glass holes, or I'll find you. I'll sick a net snails after you. Maybe. There's some other stuff that I might want to throw at you. All right, guys. Bye.